I've talked to you about the FRAME method, and one of the things that makes up that FRAME method is, of course, F, forming a plan. And I use the term forming a plan because I didn't want to say spit out or just say or recite a framework. Forming a plan shows your ability to think flexibly, to listen to the case question and to think what really applies, not just apply some simple framework. You know, the problem with frameworks is, first of all, everyone knows them. You know, you've got the 4 Ps, the 7 S's, Porter's 5 forces. These are all good guidelines, but the problem is the second issue, which is they tend to be narrow. When you're memorizing something that is, very fixed, it doesn't allow you to be flexible. And I want you to be a flexible thinker and to be able to think on the spot with any new information that comes up. When I used to give case interviews, if someone had kind of a canned framework and I thought, they really weren't thinking very carefully, I'd sometimes surprise them and add some information to the case, which usually would make them nervous or shock them, but also would expose the fact that their framework, wasn't very good. A third issue is you can sound very robotic. When you go through a memorized framework, you're not the kind of person that they'd expect to put in front of a client or an internal meeting for internal strategy. Will you be able to interact with the other leaders of the company? You need to show that you can think that way. Lastly, when you think about these frameworks, you have to think about the real live interview. And you need something that's simple, that you can draw upon over and over again, that you've used every time, not many different frameworks that you're drawing from. So when you hear the case question, if you're actually kind of thinking, oh, I'll use that framework, what if you get nervous or confused? I can guarantee you that you're going to be very nervous during the case interview. So we want to find something that you can recall, use easily, and use often, and not have a huge variety of frameworks that you're hoping to pick just at the right time. That's going to lead us up to the MVM, which I'll share with you in a minute. And I want to encourage you as we think about how to mentally or logically approach our problems to find ways that build integrated thinking.